Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. We are continuing on with Nimrod's secret identity, the greatest conspiracy of all, or the greatest conspiracy on earth, by Brother Lou White. We are on video number 4, VICAR of Nimrod. The papacy claims to be the VICAR, one in place of Yahushua. Wow. In reality, he is the VICAR of Nimrod. The priest, one who has received the pseudo-sacrament of Kodesh orders, or holy orders, pretends to be endowed with powers to dispense absolution for sins committed by a penitent. Usually they submit a penance that involves necromancy, such as praying to the dead using a device called a rosary. This item comes from Hinduism along with the holy water, connected with the Ganges River, as so many other practices do. The Nimrod mindset is all about tradition and the imaginary apostolic succession they offer as the source of their authority. Yahushua's Nazarene received authority to teach from him, not a human ordination. When Yahushua infuses his presence into one of his followers, Yahushua himself walks in power through them. Human institutions are not reality, they are religion. They pretend to operate their spells just as the actors of on the Starship Enterprise pretend the cardboard props are operational systems. After Babel, cultures use the Nimrod model of sun worship. Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz are the source of the Trinitarian format, the Trinity. The names were babbled because Yahuah had confused the languages. When we investigate the similarities of all pagan customs, they all follow the original very closely. All sun deities share a common birthday, December 25th, and the winter solstice of the ancient world was the time the sun was reborn. We quickly catch on to the trend and realize that Zeus is Nimrod, Gilgamesh is Nimrod, Moloch is Nimrod, Osiris is Nimrod, Serapis is Nimrod, Helios is Nimrod, Ahura Mazda is Nimrod, and the list goes on. They're all Nimrod. Even Santa is Nimrod. Nimrod is Santa. Nimrod was deified as the sun. All sun deities are babbled forms of Nimrod's name. All sun deities' birthdays were celebrated on December 25th. Nimrod trinities expressed in Persian, Celtic, Hindu, and Egyptian or Mitzrayite cultures. Trinitarian origin, Babel. The triangle and triquetra in all religious imagery represents creation, preservation, and destruction. Babel's trinity, Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, are reflected in Hinduism's Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Amun, Re, and Ta, or Ptah. Ta became the Egyptian or Mitzrayite triad, or trinity. Sumeria's astrology imprinted every culture with the worship of the host of heaven, trinities, fertility symbols, human sacrifices, reincarnation, and the concept of ascending into the heavens to live among the deities after death. Reincarnation origin. The cycle of rebirth or reincarnation originates from Babel's trinity, Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. After Nimrod was slain and ascended to the heavens to become the sun, Semiramis was found to carry his child by having been impregnated by the rays of the sun. Tammuz was born as Nimrod reincarnated. Nimrod, the hero in Norse mythology. Nimrod was characterized as the sun deity Woden or Odin, which is also our Wednesday, our 4th day of the week, by Norse tribes. The name Odin is derived from the Hebrew word Adon, which was Aton or Atun in Egypt. It means sovereign. The Viking Triquetra symbol represents the Norse trinity, Woden, Frigga, or Frey, which is, it represents Friday, or the 6th day, and Thor, which represents the 5th day of the week, or Thursday. This and many other Trinitarian symbols were adopted by Christianity, all hidden in plain sight. We never knew. We were taught lies and paganism all our lives. Come out of her, my people. Thor is Tutates, reborn as Tyrannus. Yet in each case, Nimrod's character is expressed. The classical writer Lucan, 2nd century CE, refers to Tutates as a member of the Celtic Trinity along with Isus and Tyrannus. Odin riding Sleipnir in the first picture on the left, and Triquetra. Oh, that's the same symbol that was on the book in one of my favorite shows growing up. When I was a child, I was enamored with Charmed. The show Charmed was my favorite show. Me and my friends used to play as the characters, and I always used to want to play as Phoebe, like she was my favorite character. Alyssa Milano is one of my old favorite actresses. Now I see why this was on their spell book, the Triquetra, and why they had to use the power of 3, Trinity. What the who? Weekdays get their names from pagan idols? Nimrod's secret identity. What? Woden, Thor, Frey, and Tutates give the names to 4 of the profane days of the week. Tuesday, or Tuesday. Mardi equals day of Mars. If you speak French, think Mardi equals Mars D. Mars is the Roman god of war. The Roman calendar is also pagan, and this deity names the 3rd month, March. The Teutonic or Celtic folk called this day Dag, or Dag. Tu was the imaginary son of Woden and Frigga, imaginary Celtic Druid idols. You cannot be saved by idols. Idols cannot do anything for you, as I've been teaching from Yahuah's redemptive story. So, Wednesday, or 4th day. Odin or Woden, the chief deity of the Norse, who commanded the Valkyries and rode an 8-legged steed called Sleipnir, a horse born to Loki. Woden was believed to be the husband of Frigga and father of Thor. Woden was imagined to ride his 8-legged horse, Sleipnir, in Valhalla, the Celtic idea of heaven. The 8 legs seem to be reflected in the 8 reindeer of the jolly old elf, aka Krampus or Santa Claus, or Saint Nicholas. Nimrod is hidden in plain sight as a sun deity, hero of children, the same character as Moloch, the abomination of the Moabites. And they sacrifice their children unto this deity, this idol, this false idol, false deity. Thursday or Thursday, or the 5th day of the week. The Norse deity of thunder and son of Woden, also known as Tyrannus or the Dutch Donner, a name bestowed on one of Santa's reindeer, corresponding to the Romans' day of Jupiter, in French, Jeudi, or Jeudi, is pretty close to Jove Day. Jove is another name for the Roman god, Jupiter. As in the exclamation, by Jove! Friday, or Freya's Day, That's another show that I was very hooked on. They had 3 witches, but one was an aunt, one was the mother, and one was the daughter. And it was still a trinity, the power of 3. And my favorite character's name was Freya, also known as Frigga, the wife of Woden. Her emblem was the fish, fertility again. The young fish are called fry from her name. Catholics could tell you about how and when a fish fry occurs, but they adopted it from the pagans. The Romans called her Astarte or Venus. By whatever name, she is the Earth Mother, Semiramis, Babel's mother of harlots, aka Ishtar or Easter. Asherah, Astaroth, Gaia, Durga, Nana, and so on. The Greeks honored Aphrodite on this day. Isus or Jesus is another Norse hero, Nimrod figure. Human victims were sacrificed to Isus by being tied to a tree and flailed, skinned alive, is what flailed means. Next time, we will be reading the Magisterium. Were you taught there are sacraments? And that is it, because that part is very long. I try to read about 2 or 3 pages a day, because the pages are a little longer in this book, and the writing's a little bit smaller. So, and I know that most people, they won't watch the whole video, so I want you guys to get the most out of every video I make, so I try to make them as short as possible. I feel like you guys could more easily watch a full 10-minute video or 12-minute video than my longer videos that are like 20 to 25 minutes long to 45 minutes long. So I'm just trying to cut it down. Praise Yah. I got my passcode for my my interview with Vector New York today. Praise Yahuah. And it's time to praise Yahuah. Here we go. So I'm going to try to keep this open. Okay. Torah Rabbah Abba Yahuah. Torah Rabbah Abba Yahuah. Hallelujah. 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 Yahuah is with me. Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? From the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, Yahuah's name will be praised. I love you all, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Shalom and blessings.